When did you catch your supply sergeant running their own side business? I was a specialist working logistics at Fort Carson. My job was inventory management, basically counting stuff and making sure nothing went missing. Our supply sergeant was this guy named Curtis Vance, 20-year veteran, ran the tightest supply room I'd ever seen. Everything organized, everything accounted for. Guy was a legend for never losing a single piece of equipment. But something wasn't adding up with our coffee orders. Every month we'd requisition maybe 20 pounds of coffee for the break room. Standard cheap military stuff. But I noticed we were going through 5 times that amount. The paperwork looked legitimate, all properly signed and filed. But 60 pounds of coffee for a 40-person unit seemed excessive, even for soldiers who lived on caffeine. I started paying attention, watching the supply room more carefully. That's when I noticed Sergeant Vance would arrive 2 hours before anyone else, every single morning. One Tuesday, I showed up early for a dental appointment. Walked past the supply building around 5 in the morning, saw lights on inside, heard this weird mechanical humming sound. My curiosity got the better of me. I had a key for inventory purposes, quietly unlocked the door and slipped inside. The smell hit me first, not regular coffee. This was different, rich, complex, almost sweet, like a fancy coffee shop. Followed the sound to the back storage area, found Sergeant Vance standing over an industrial coffee roaster, not military equipment. His own personal machine somehow set up in the corner. He had bags of green coffee beans stacked everywhere, a heat sealer, custom printed bags with a logo that said Valor Roasters, even a small scale for weighing portions. He looked up, saw me standing there. His face went completely white. Specialist Donovan, what are you doing here? My heart was pounding. I'd just caught a senior NCO running an entire business operation out of a military supply room. This was serious. Career-ending serious. Sergeant, what is all this? He set down the bag he was filling, rubbed his face with both hands. Looked like he aged 10 years in 10 seconds. How much did you see? All of it. The roaster, the beans, the packaging. You're selling coffee. He nodded slowly, sat down on a crate of MREs. Been doing it for 8 months. Please, just let me explain before you report me. Part of me wanted to walk straight to the commander's office, but something about how defeated he looked made me wait. My daughter has leukemia, 3 years old. The treatments aren't covered by TRICARE. Some experimental therapy that might save her life costs $40,000. He pulled out his phone, showed me a picture. Little girl with no hair, wearing a hospital gown, giving a thumbs up to the camera. I've been roasting coffee at home for years. Hobby thing. Started selling to friends, then online. Built up a decent customer base, but I needed to scale up production to make enough money. My mind was racing. This wasn't some guy stealing supplies to get rich. This was a father desperate to save his kid. The military coffee I'm ordering goes to the break room. All of it. I'm not stealing. The green beans, the roaster, the packaging, all purchased with my own money. I just needed somewhere with ventilation and space. You're using government electricity. Government space. That's still unauthorized use of military facilities. I know it's wrong, but I'm out of options. Insurance denied the treatment twice. We've appealed, hired lawyers, nothing's working. This coffee business is our only chance. He looked up at me with these tired, desperate eyes. Do what you have to do. Report me. I deserve it. Just please let me finish this month's orders first. I'm so close to having enough. I stood there for maybe 2 minutes, just thinking, weighing the rules against what felt right. How much more do you need? 16,000. 2 more months of sales at current pace. I took a deep breath, felt my chest tighten with the weight of what I was about to do. I didn't see anything, but you need to be more careful. The humming from that roaster carries. Someone else will notice eventually. His eyes went wide. You're not reporting me? My sister had cancer when she was 6. I watched my parents destroy themselves trying to pay for treatment. I'm not going to be the reason that little girl doesn't get her chance. Over the next 2 months, I became his lookout. Would text him when officers were nearby. Helped him organize shipments so they didn't attract attention. We hit a close call when our commander decided to do a surprise inspection. I managed to stall him for 10 minutes while Sergeant Vance hid the roasting equipment in his personal vehicle. 8 weeks later, Vance walked into my office with tears in his eyes. We got the money. Treatment starts next month. He shut down the business the next day. Cleaned out every trace of the operation. Supply room went back to normal. 6 months later, his daughter went into remission. He brought her to the unit family day. Healthy, hair growing back, running around like any normal kid. She ran up to me, gave me a huge hug. Daddy says you're the reason I'm better. I looked at Vance. He was watching his daughter play with the other kids, his eyes watering. 2 years later, Vance retired with full honors. At his ceremony, he pulled me aside. Started a legitimate coffee company, completely legal now. 20% of all profits go to families dealing with childhood cancer. Helped 14 kids so far get treatments they couldn't afford. He handed me a bag of coffee. The label read, Valor Roasters. Every cup gives hope. That supply sergeant who ran a side business now runs a company that saved more lives than most soldiers ever will.